Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing Hakseg's learning of the Pele Yoetz, day number 244. And today we will conclude the chapter of Halbasha, clothing those that are poor. And he writes like this, Va'isha shechana Hashem, Oisha v'chavod, to the person that HaKadosh Baruch has blessed with wealth and honor. Koye mishpata, this is the way that you should do things. Sheyase le'atzmo elecho b'nei beisai begadim chadashim midei chag b'chag. It works out that every single Chag, Sukkot, Pesach, Shavuos, and the like, Yom Tov, Yom Neroyim, very often such people, they get brand new clothing for themselves and their family. Mikaf regel vi'ad roshai, from the shoes all the way to the top. So from shoes up to the head coverings, to the clothing, to the jackets, to the suits, to the ties, they get everything brand new. So what should they do with their older clothing? Maybe their used clothing that they don't need anymore because they just bought themselves brand new outfits. Give that to respectable and worthy aniyim, people that need it. Ubefad leTalmidei Chachamim, especially to Talmidei Chachamim, shetzrichim linhag silsul ve'eno lefi kvodim lilbash beloy haschavos b'gadam krimim v'tuloyim. It's not fit for a Talmid Chacham to be wearing such ripped and torn and patched up clothing. Give them your old clothes. Now, keep in mind also that normally the older used clothing of the wealthy man, it's not even so worn out. He didn't wear it that many times. He didn't wash it that many times. He didn't take it to the cleaners that many times. And it's usually still in very, very good condition. And therefore, you should take the opportunity to give these to Talmidei Chachamim and those aniyim who need it. You have to have more pity on the Talmidei Chacham because they shouldn't be walking around in dirty, ripped, and clothing that is not nice because they have covered Torah. They have the honor of the Torah. They should be looking their best. And this is the way that you can be praised for your riches if you use it in the right way. Those clothing that to you, the rich man looks, me, I can't wear this anymore. I already washed it 7 times. It's out of style. It's, there used to be 3 buttons on a jacket. Now there's 2 buttons on a jacket. Now there's the double-breasted of the jacket. I can't be out of style. I have to be in fashion. However, it's a ani when it comes to the poor man, who chashuv v'ilu. By him, it's chashuv. Wow, look at that. A new suit for me. For the poor man, even a used suit is a new suit for him. Even an old style, he's very happy with that because he looks nice, much nicer than he looked before. So therefore, don't underestimate one man's, one man's garbage is another man's treasures. So even though for you, the rich man is no longer good, but for the poor man, Talmid Chacham, who doesn't have the abilities to go and buy himself something new, that's great. It says in the pasuk, es chelboi, even though that it says that when you're separating gifts for the Kohanim, you should give the choicest and separate the choices of your products. Chazal teach us you take the best and the choicest of whatever it is that you're going to give to the Kohanim. Everything according to the person themselves. It says, meaning I don't have to give to the poor man. I have to have clothes made for him. I'm going to get him a custom made suit. I don't have to do that. I can do that for myself because my life comes first. And therefore he gets first dibs on wearing the new clothing. And therefore the old clothes are out. You'll make room for the new clothes. So what do I do with the old clothes? I'll give it to people that are in need. I'll give it to people that cannot afford. Hand-me-downs, as we would say. There's plenty and plenty of mishpachos in everybody's community that bli ayin hara, they have children and the like, and they cannot afford to keep clothing all of their children with brand new clothing. And if you happen to have the means that you are always going through one wardrobe after another, 6 months and 18 months and 24 months and 36 months and toddlers and the like, and they wore them only a minimum amount of time. Your kid grew at lightning speed, so he only wore his clothing a couple of times and it's in good condition. Go find a mishpacha that lives in your community that you see could probably use some help with clothing their new child or their toddler, whatever it might be, and say, I have all these clothes just sitting in my closet. I'm doing. Can I offer them to you? and offer them and give them. You'll be so surprised. Many people will gladly take you up on the offer. Find out about these organizations that are collecting clothing in good condition. That's one of the things. They don't like to collect clothing that is in bad condition. That's embarrassing to the person that's going to be wearing them. So bring your clothing in good, whatever, you don't wear it anymore. For what you liked it when you bought it, you don't like it anymore. You were skinnier, now you're bigger. You were bigger, now you're skinnier. Whatever the story might be, take your clothing that's in nice, good condition, give it to one of these organizations, and let them give it to mishpachas, the families that are in need. You have to discern if the clothing that you're giving is something that the poor man is going to appreciate. It's something that he says, whoa, that's a nice suit, that's a nice tie, that's a nice shirt. Don't donate your shirt that's 4 years old, that has been gone through the washing machine or the dry cleaner 100 times, and it's got that cholent stain that they can just never get off, and it's got the grape juice stain on the sleeve that just can never get. Don't give that to a person. That's not a nice thing to do. That's rags. He can have his own rags. And therefore you make sure that when you're giving over the clothing, it's something that's going to find favor in his eyes. Now, if it happens to be that the ani, the poor man, receives clothing that are really shreds, they're really worn out, and they're not nice at all, lo yisrayim ala asher, do not complain to the rich man. And don't tell other people, can you believe this guy? He's walking around in his Armani, his Hugo Boss suit, and his fancy shoes, and his belt with somebody else's name on there, and he's got his expensive watch and that tie that costs more than all my entire wardrobe, and this is what he gives me? He gives me clothing that's worn out with stains on it that I cannot remove? Why would he do such a thing? Don't talk like that. If a person is in need and they receive from somebody else, even that person didn't give him the right stuff, don't complain. Why? Because if the rich people will hear that the poor people are complaining about what they're receiving, they say, you know what? I just won't give anything anymore. You lock the door, meaning they have their walk-in closet over there with who knows how much clothing, and they can give a lot away. And then they hear the poor people complaining that they didn't like what they got. They didn't like that style. They didn't like that color. They didn't think it was in good enough condition. So you know what? Why should I give anything away then? If they're ingrates, I'm not going to take it. And therefore, says the Pele Yoetz, don't complain. The way of a person is good, and he should have das. His mind should be relaxed. If anybody does you a favor and anybody gets you something, and they're giving you even a gift, even if it's not a good thing, and they paid quite a bit of money for it, and so too, if they gave you something that is really low class, low level stuff, you should just smile at that person. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. As if you really need it, and it's so beloved and treasured by you. Why? Because when the rich man feels good about himself that he gave to you, you then will not close and lock the door in front of more chasad and more acts of kindness to come. And that's derech tovim, that's the way of good people. So the rich man has an obligation to take his clothing and the like and give it to the poor. He should only take things that are really in good condition and are going to be honorable for the person who's going to be putting them on. And that's why the halacha really is that if a person who's poor would receive a suit from somebody else, and for the rich man, he got rid of it, it's no longer new, but for the poor man, it's a new suit, he can make shechianu on that suit because he feels good. It's for him, it's new, therefore he can make a shechianu on that suit. So too, make sure you give, but if Chalila, the rich man, is insensitive, or he's just not paying attention, and he gave you clothing not so nice, gave you shoes really worn out, He gave you shirts with stains and the like, and that tie is fraying and it's way too wide. It's from 1975. We gotta have these more skinny now. It's coming back. It's a little bit bigger, whatever it might be. Says the Pele Yoetz, just say thank you. Because if you say thank you, he'll give more. And other rich people will give more. And in Yitzhak Hashem, they'll get the message also, and they'll give the right things, and you'll be benefiting Klal Yisrael. There are many places that they dress the children of the poor. They get them new wardrobes every Hanukkah. On this Hanukkah, they get them a new wardrobe, and they last them the entire year. And the following Hanukkah, that's their gifts. That's the Hanukkah guilt. They get them new clothing. Fortunate are those cities that do such things, and good is their portion. Ki mitzvah rabbis, and they're doing a great mitzvah. The children of the poor families are looking forward every year to Hanukkah. We're going to get new clothing. We're going to get new shoes. We're going to get a new shirt. It's going to be amazing. We're so excited. Don't just give it to the children. Even adult poor people need it. Their wives, utapam, and their children. Those that are weak, they should know I'm strong in this. For this mitzvah of clothing the poor. It's a big, big deal in the eyes of Hashem. When you are malbish arumim, you will only see bracha and success that will come to all of your work. You'll have wealth in your house. And in the world to come, you'll eat the fruits of your righteousness for doing such things. Yisu bracha meis Hashem. Bring the bracha from Hashem and from the poor and those that are downtrodden. They're going to be so grateful to you. You gave them clothing. You gave them shoes. You gave them whatever it is that you gave them. You're dressing them. They're going to be so grateful. They're going to shower you with bracha after bracha after bracha. Your children will be strong in the land, and they will give their extras to the poor, which means you'll pass down this midah from generation to generation. You'll take care of those that need to be taken care of, and that's a bracha for you. It's a chesed to them, and it's a way in which we can emulate the ways of the Rebbeinu Shalom. Mahu malbish arumim, just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu dresses those that are naked and bare and don't have enough money to take care of themselves. So too, you be malbish arumim, and you will be like the Rebbeinu Shalom. All the best.